Tonight on Hunter.
Randall, I'm going.
I missed you at the reunion, Alan. How you been?
Randall Fain killed himself.
What?
Here's to Randall.
Sweet guy.
Randall been able without a pen for 20 years.
It's strange that something that happened over 20 years ago could affect me like this. Now, if you're staging this to look like a suicide, why would you put blood under the rug?
Be careful in Chinatown.
It doesn't mean anything. Spying on your friends doesn't mean anything?
Abort! Abort!
Trick is not to look down.
Told you so.
What did he do to his car?
Drove it into a pipe bomb.
You know, I've seen third world governments toppled with less mayhem. He didn't even call for backup. He's got the emotions of a giant redwood and the common sense of a June bug.
Not overstating it, don't you think?
Not by much. I'm telling you, he's got to hang up his holster. He needs a break.
Well, you go ahead and tell him.
I will. That's why I get the big bucks.
Charlie, how you doing?
Tough day, huh?
It's had its moments, yeah.
Listen, I got a message for you, Hunter, and it's not a request, and it's not a favor.
Look, can't wait till I have some time off.
Captain, I think you ought to give him the time off. I mean, he's, you know, he deserves it. I'll take his caseload, so.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. I'll see you when I see you. Good. Any particular reason why you need this time?
Well, rest, relax, see some friends, swap some war stories.
Change that tide?
Well, see. Oh, do me a favor and check this in for me. My pleasure.
It's funny today.
I want to officially welcome all you guys to the 20th reunion of the 1st Recon Battalion.
I'm Private Randall Fane. I can't believe it's been 20 years since I was sitting in a stink hole with you guys eating out of my helmet.
Hey, I watched you at dinner. Your manners haven't improved.
Well, count on Corporal Stagg for a bad joke. That's probably why the old man never gave you your third stripe.
I like it, boys.
Someone have the mineral water?
Get out
Okay. Maybe you know. My wife, Rose, had some trouble about a year ago. I'd like to publicly thank Rick Hunter for his help. Thank you, Sergeant.
First of all, I've got two thanks for Private Fane. Number one, never salute a non-com. Number two, I don't consider you guys public. You're Marines. And I wish there was more of you. Let's not forget Bakeman, Sammy John, Otter. How's Alan Rawling doing?
He's okay. He's still taking his prescription, if you know what I mean, but he's fine, though.
Okay. I just want to say I am not the entertainment tonight. However, Randall, after dinner, I do have a truckload of my latest albums I'd like for you to sell for me in the lobby.
Now, wait. I got a little good news. Because I love all you guys, I personally purchased all of Theo White's albums. So now you won't have to listen to any of them.
Wait, Steve. Don't spread it around. If it gets out that the right-wing fringe is buying my records, it could destroy my image.
No, wait a minute. I got one more piece of news. I guess Captain Danello has been temporarily moved back to St. Louis Obispo VA Hospital. You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to drop him a line. Yeah. All right. Now, you want to get a picture of everybody for the cap, so come on up here. Come on, you runts. Move it.
You know, Randall looks better than I've seen. Yeah, nice chubby, because he's married.
Whose car is that? Who are you?
He's just helping me, that's all. I'm sorry. Randall, I'm going. I'm no use to you anyway. Registered express mail from the Marine Corps. I know you. You'll call Alan. You'll tell him the big secret is here. Then you'll shut me out. You won't be able to think about anything except those damn emeralds. I love you. But I can't take this anymore. 다음주.
Rose. Don't go.
Alan? How the hell are you? You're out alone, huh? I missed you at the reunion, Alan. How you been?
Randall Fane killed himself.
What? When?
They, think it was last Sunday.
God, I just saw him Saturday.
Well, maybe he had already decided to do it, you know?
How do you do it?
He bled to death in the tub.
What happened?
Rose finally left him, and I guess he couldn't handle it. They've really been going at it, Hunter. I mean, he came over to my house last Sunday, and we talked for a long time. I'd seen him low, Rick, but this was the worst I had ever seen him.
Where's Rose? Does she know?
Nobody knows where she is. Randall was there for 5 days until a neighbor finally called the cops because a dog was howling. He put my name in his note. So they came and they told me. After Rose came into the picture, he and I didn't talk that much anymore.
You handling things for him, Alan?
No. He'd already paid a funeral home. It was pre-need, written down. I didn't see you at the viewing last night, so I figured that I better come and let you know. I'm sorry. I didn't call you. I don't use the phone that much. I think I gotta go.
I love you, Alan. You were his best friend. Appreciate you coming by. I'll walk with you a little bit. Come on.
Randall Fane.
Yeah, another toast.
Sweet guy.
Yeah. Sweet guy. Couldn't find his rear end with a radar gun.
You know, you guys are really a kick in the head. You've always been driving on Randall.
Teasing, Hunter. Never serious. Hey?
Yeah, I know. But I would like to know what happened to Rose.
Last time I saw her, yeah, it was at their wedding about a year ago.
Yeah, about a year. A lot can happen in a year.
You always repeat what he says? I'll tell you, she just took off. She was like that.
That's not the Rose I know.
Years a long time.
I think you finally saw right through her.
What the hell are you talking about, Alan? Saw it right through. You think Randall killed himself because of Rose? I should have made more time for him.
Yeah. Don't put yourself through it, Hunter. Randall was unstable. It's been waiting to happen. It's hard. But you know I'm right.
Randall's been a grenade without a pin for 20 years.
How you doing?
okay, I guess. Got my car back.
I know how difficult it is for you. I mean, I know that you and Randall were real good friends and all. You know, he and Rose seemed so happy together. What happened?
I don't know. It just seems so strange that something that happened over 20 years ago could affect me like this. All of us. At least the ones that survived.
I know that you and Randall served in Vietnam together, but you know you never talked about it. Every time I asked you, you just said that the Pentagon had your security oath. If you're willing to tell me, I'm here to listen.
In November of 1968, we were a part of a Marine recon unit called Nightshade Detail. Irregular duty. Our captain was Marco Danello. We were to work in Cambodia, Laos, handle the guerrillas there. Myself, Randall, the captain, Alan Rawlings, Stephen Stagg, Theo White, and all the others that died there. We're dropped 100 miles up the river, north. Our mission was to find a tribal prince who had emeralds and stones that he wanted to use to buy a guerrilla army to fight the Khmer Rouge. Or so we thought. We were checking it out one day. When Randall panicked and he shot a Freedom Hill fighter. Killed him. The prince went crazy. He wanted Randall's head, but we smoothed things out after a while. But we lost some very, very valuable time. One whole day. Later that night, we were napalmed by our own Air Corps. We're wiped out. The raid obviously intended for the VC. Poor Randall. We would have made it if it hadn't been for him.
You think he told Rose about this?
I guess so. I don't know. He was so crazy. He was obsessed with finding out why the Air Force missed their target by over 300 miles. I mean, can you believe it? Rose never sent flowers.
What can I do?
This is a photograph beautiful wedding picture of Rose. I want you to show it to everybody you know. I want you to help me find her. I'm gonna go by Randall's house.
What are you thinking?
I know Randall well enough to know one thing. If he was gonna go out, it wouldn't be in some bathtub. He'd have taken his government issue, stuck it in his mouth, and blown his brains out. I know that for a fact. We gotta find Rose.
Her name is Rose Fane, Sporty. Come on, just ask around.
How am I supposed to find one China doll in this great big toy store?
It's 3 o'clock. How late does Carl Weathers eat lunch?
Mira, chica, hang in there, Mama, okay? Look, I'm taking care of business right now. Look, feed the birds.
You don't even know Carl Weathers. Never believe anything they promise you in a disco.
You told her that you know Carl Weathers?
Carlos Weathers, my chiropractor. Now, look, McCall, I have got to attend to business here.
Sporty, if I didn't think it was important, I wouldn't ask you.
I'll take care of it immediately. Look, Santana, what the hell are you doing? I just had this thing detailed.
Lo mereces, idiota. Espero que no te vean nunca más. Estoy enfadada con este hombre. Ya no voy a salir con este.
Santana. Santana, baby. Santana, come on, get in the car.
No.
Come on and get in the car, will you?
No.
Angus, what are you doing in there? Come on out of there. Come here. Come on. Come on. Here. Oh, what?
Where'd this Marine Sergeant come from? Let's see his tag. Hunter?
Hunter. Sergeant Hunter. Take it easy, and we'll get a stretcher in here for you. Do you know where you are?
Yeah, I'm at 3346 Woodley.
Come on, Sergeant. You're gonna want to do a photo session on your head.
I don't know why. It's too hard to crack. How's your goose egg, my friend?
I'm all right.
Yeah, all right, considering you got blindsided by 5 pounds of flour. Did you see you did it?
No, I didn't. How'd you guys get here?
I got a 911 call from this address. I found your ID. Didn't you make the call?
No, I didn't.
Look, I'm all right. Thanks. Thanks, fellas. Appreciate it. Really, I'm okay.
That's debatable.
The dog was out Friday when they came by to search the place. Otherwise, they'd have put the dog in the kennel.
Means somebody must have let him in. Boy, you think if it had been Rose, she would have cleaned out the refrigerator. What's Madman?
Madman is what the Air Force called that napalm raid I told you about.
Boy, when you say Randall was obsessed, you weren't kidding. I thought you said there weren't any papers kept on Nightshade.
I did. Before I got knocked out, I was looking at some declassified information Randall had on Nightshade as well as an Operation Madman.
Well, that was 20 years ago. If Randall got a hold of some top secret papers, he must have done it through the Freedom of Information Act.
Right.
I'll go check it out.
Yeah, thanks.
If you find Rose, maybe she'll know.
Don't lose heart, McCall. Never give up. Sure, it's an ugly big bureaucracy. Sure, it's dull. Sure, it's a grind, but somebody downtown loves you.
What brought this on? The heat?
No. Semi-gloss enamel paint. My paint. After sending in requests in Quintuplica for 3 years, they finally made a connection down at facilities in operation.
No kidding. Congratulations.
Thank you. Listen, I want to talk to you about your partner. I'm a little worried. Now, he asked for some R&R, and now he's back again. What's up?
Well, hey, Hunter's never been an open book, you know.
He and Fane were pretty close, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. They went right into the Marines right out of high school. Saw some heavy fighting together. Hunter doesn't talk about it much, though.
Well, I heard the 911 call, and I had SID do a voice print. It's not Hunter. My guess is some burglar read the funeral notice, and he's trying to pick up a freebie.
Well, how many burglars call 911 for a cop?
I don't know. I give up. It might happen. The important thing is this. Do not let Hunter hatch this into something it isn't.
Hunter? I got the case report on Randall. Coroner listed cause of death as prima facie suicide. He left a note. His doctor said that he was healthy. Van Nuys Dix tagged it as emotional. He died of an overdose of morphine.
So many dead, I've got to. You know I loved you. Ask Alan Rawling if you need anything. Okay. Randall wants to OD and then bleed neatly to death from a tube from his arm into the toilet. So he shoots up 20 cc's of morphine. Now, does he have enough time or the motor control to deal with the tube, the needle, and the syringe?
No. He'd be out in a minute or less.
Okay. Something else. Randall's truck radio was tuned to a station in San Luis Obispo. You know who was in a hospital in San Luis Obispo?
Who?
Marco Danello. Captain Marco Danello, the commanding officer of our Nightshade unit.
That's interesting. So you have some little theory you're cooking up, huh? The captain said you would. I suppose it's a secret.
Baker 6, Baker 6. Monitor, channel 9.
The old man wants it sent. Suppose it's a secret.
You'll have to ask the captain.
Have to ask the captain what?
Your little Rose got herself mixed up with a fast cat by the name of Richard Wing. My sources tell me that Wing never has a Pie-Gall game unless the chi, that's the cosmic bad breath, is blowing the other way.
They have big games here, Sporty?
Well, might not look heavy, Hunter, but Wing buys peace of mind with some major firepower. I would use a SWAT team.
Now, why would I want to do that if I got you?
Afternoon, Mama. Lay 5 on me. Lotto, you know, the lottery. I am overdue. Uh-oh. Bingo!
You got no winner. You beat him.
Look, hey, you're not gonna cheat me out of my 20 bones now, Mama. This is a...
You're crazy. No, 扯㗎啦，我係會釘你就，我會釘死佢啊！你衰人頭啊，你好緊㗎啦你。
Hey, look, this is a bona fide in California ducket. I am a registered voter, and my strongly worded complaint will be on the commissioner's desk tomorrow morning. You got a chopped liver.
Yeah, what do you want?
Hey, there's a fire out here? Police! I'm Sergeant Hunter. If you mess with me, I will arrest you on a 182 or a 330 PC, conspiracy to gamble. I want Richard Wing.
I'm Richard Wing.
I can shut this place down in 5 minutes, Wing.
Can you?
Yes, I can.
I have an arrangement.
Not with me, you don't. Now, you got some very, very unhappy gamblers here. If you want the scheme to continue, you'll give me Rose Fane.
Sure. If she can walk.
Rose? It's me, Rick Hunter. Took you 6 months to send a photograph of yourself to Randall because you were too shy. Then you blushed through your entire wedding. Now look at you. What the hell happened, Rose? Why weren't you at Randall's funeral? And who in the hell is this scum Wing?
Someone I met. I don't get the opium from him.
You gotta tell me what happened to Randall. I gotta know. I want you to come with me.
I can't do that, Rick. Look, in a little while, I'll sell my things and I'll go home to Hong Kong. Can I have my purse?
No, you can't. Don't you realize you could do 3 months in detox for this?
You wouldn't do that. I can kick it. Like that.
You can kick it?
I just need some time. Rick, you turn me in, I'll lose everything.
You are Randall's sole survivor. You gotta talk to me, Rose. What the hell happened to him?
Randall was an unhappy man. You didn't see him after the dream started. The napalm, the men dying, the emeralds, and the madman report over and over. He was in pain.
And you loved him.
Yes, I do. But Randall needed more than just a good wife. He needed absolution, and I couldn't give it to him.
Rose, where you going?
Leave me alone, Rick.
你當佢講乜嘢？
冇咩啊，走啦。
Rose. You hurt her, I'll break your neck.
Be careful in Chinatown.
Who the hell is Richard Wing?
He's active in the local Chinese mobs, Major Voss, but no ties we can discover to the triad gangs in Southeast Asia.
The Madman Trail gets hot again after 20 years. 6 million in emeralds be far behind. A Chinatown goon, a suicide, a blues player, a vegetable, a right-wing fanatic, and a cop. Well, I know who the rich one is. But what are all these other weasels doing in the woodpile?
Come on in, Steve.
Had to be now. Thought you were in trouble. What's up? What's going on here, Hunter?
Come on in, sir. Imagine Randall in the bathtub, already drifting off from the morphine. The tube from his right arm hanging down from the side of the bathtub over the toilet pulls out of his arm and sprays all over the rug.
I don't know. You're losing me here. I know.
Come on over here. Can you bend down here for a minute?
Yeah.
Now, if you're staging this to look like a suicide, why would you put blood under the rug?
Man, what do you mean staging it?
Read that, Steve.
Confidential Marine Commandant. Dear Sir, request confirmation Corporal Stephen Stagg used codename Madman while undercover with Task Force Nightshade. So what if it's true? It doesn't mean anything.
Spying on your friends doesn't mean anything?
It was SOP, spies for spies. I wrote up who got drunk, who talked in their sleep. It was my job. Danilo asked me to do it. I don't know how Randall found out I was undercover.
He filed through the Air Force for Madman operation. He got your name and your code name. The same. Coincidence?
What are you getting at?
Randall knew you were a madman. Wanted the emeralds, didn't you?
No!
You knew I was on the case. That's why you came back for the reports.
Well, you were too late because I'd already read them. That's when you whacked me on the head.
You couldn't prove any of this.
You left your prints all over the place, even on the floor tonight. Look at it.
You killed Randall, man, and I'm going to prove it.
This is ridiculous, Hunter. The night he pulled the plug, I was at a fundraiser with friends.
Your cronies could lie for you.
Forget Randall. He was sick.
Randall was our friend.
Major Voss, I'm Sergeant McCall. Homicide?
So I know. You've been pressing my aide for a meeting. He's got orders. I don't take meetings.
That's a load of crap. I've seen 10 people go into your office before they kicked me out of the lobby. You're the first officer in the West Coast Naval Security Group.
Well, now, I am impressed. We go to no little trouble to keep that quiet.
I need a little background information on a 1968 action that ties in the 1st Recon Battalion Nightshade detail with an Air Force operation called Madman. Ring a bell?
Miss McCall, the Freedom of Information Act of 1972 is a complex document.
Major, cut me some slack, will you? Where did you come in?
About 20 years ago. Madman is my case. All I'm prepared to say is it's murder, several murders. Where do you fit in?
Why don't you take a seat?
You took those magazines out of my anteroom.
Yeah. Wish my dentist got light armor in action. It's a much better read than year-old people.
Well, it looks like we're in for some overcast here in St. Louis.
Miss McDonald. How's he doing?
You know about the captain's injuries.
Yes.
This wing is for men who don't get out.
Thanks very much. Captain Danilo. How have you been? It's been a long time.
Sergeant Hunter, how are you? Last time I saw you was at the VA in L.A. before they moved me back to Bethesda.
Yes, sir. I don't know how to tell you this, Captain, but...
Private Vane killed himself. Didn't he?
Yes, sir. I'm a police officer in Los Angeles now. I'm working on the case. How'd you know?
Private White told me.
Theo White?
That's right. Only one who visits me all the time. I can't figure it out. White used to hate my guts. And now he's the only one.
Didn't Randall come to visit you recently about a secret Marine Corps document on Corporal Stagg?
Yes. He wanted me to confirm its findings. Stagg was mine. He was no traitor. He was strictly security.
I found a document in Randall's house that says Stagg was helping you out financially.
So?
Maybe Randall felt as though Stagg was buying your silence.
Vane thought a lot of things. He was talking about $1 million in stolen emeralds. I told Vane he was full of it.
Oh, Sergeant Hunter, you had a call from Sergeant McCall about a Theodis White.
Thanks very much. Just half thanks. There you go.
Then I'll just leave the pot right here.
Thank you.
You know, Sonny doesn't come out of this room very often. Just when I take him to the VA. But you don't know how hard it was for him to come to see you. And then the funeral. But it was Randall. You know, he really wanted to. I'll go finish with the washing, honey.
Thanks, Miss Rowling.
I had to go out to the garage to get it.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right here. There's Randall.
Right here?
Yeah, about 90 pounds.
Alan, when you two would talk, would you talk on the phone, or would he come by and talk to you?
No, he would never call me. He would always come over if you wanted to talk about, you know, Rose and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Ever mention Steve?
You mean the papers?
By the papers, you mean Randall's information that Steve was Madman.
Yeah. I mean, Randall was obsessed.
Stop.
Stop! Goddamn line! Stop! Stop! Abort! Abort!
Oh, well, may I call you back? Thank you. I try to get here before it sets him off, but just give me your fingers. Your fingers. Now, give me the cigarette.
Hi, Sarge. I saw you flip your badge.
Have a seat, Theo.
Oh, this personal or professional?
Actually, a little bit of both, Theo. I understand you've been visiting Captain Danilo on a regular basis.
Every now and then. Poor SOB's been stuck in bed up there 20 years. Almost blind. Nobody seems to give a flying.
I understand you filed for a Freedom of Information report on the Madman file that Randall had. What's going on there?
I followed you over to Randall's after we had drinks. I wanted to see what you'd turn up. When I came in, you had your robust body draped over some papers. A naval security review of Stagg's work as an agent. evaluates his report on the bombing. An accident, Rick. No blame.
Yeah, I know. Randall went up to talk to Danello about the authenticity of this.
But Randall didn't have the real thing. Mine's a government issue. Here's what you saw.
How the hell did Randall get the fake report?
Compare them line to line. Whoever doctored Randall's had some pretty tough things to say about him. Cowardice in the face of the enemy. It goes on. If I was Fane and already feeling guilty, this would push me over the edge.
You made that 911 call for me, didn't you?
Yeah.
You had to have seen who hit me.
If I tell you, Rick, you gotta promise to help me.
What do you mean, help you? Cambodia.
Tonight on Hunter.
26 rounds and 9mm. Legs, abdomen, and chest.
You know, all I do is stay in this room. I can't afford to lose many more friends.
Where's Rose?
I don't know.
That's a bad answer, Wing.
Nightshade existed to get Stagg in and out of places, Hunter.
I think Stephen Stagg killed a Cambodian prince to get $6 million in emeralds. We're gonna kick this cold turkey.
If she's strung out on black gum opium, she'll have a tough time kicking it. She's gonna get sick.
Part 1 of Dead on Target.
It doesn't seem like it's been 20 years since I was sitting with you guys in a stink hole eating out of my helmet.
We want to get a picture of everybody for the caps. Come on up here.
Randall Fane killed himself.
What?
What happened?
Rose finally left him, and I guess he couldn't handle it.
If you're willing to tell me, I'm here to listen. You know, he and Rose seem so happy together. What happened?
You gotta tell me what happened to Randall. I gotta know. I want you to come with me.
I can't do that, Rick. Look, I'll sell my things in a little while, and I'll go home to Hong Kong.
You hurt her, I'll break your neck.
Be careful in Chinatown.
What's Madman?
Madman is what the Air Force called that napalm raid I told you about.
Boy, when you say Randall was obsessed, you weren't kidding.
We're dropped 100 miles up the river, north. My mission was to find a tribal prince who had emeralds and stones that he wanted to use to buy a guerrilla army to fight the Khmer Rouge.
The Madman Trail gets hot again after 20 years. Can 6 million in emeralds be far behind?
I don't know how Randall found out I was undercover.
He filed through the Air Force for madman operation. He got your name.
You killed Randall, man, and I'm gonna prove it.
A naval security review of Stagg's work as an agent.
Yeah, I just seen who hit me.
If I tell you, Rick, you gotta promise to help me.
What do you mean, help you?
And now, Dead on Target, Part 2. 26 rounds of 9mm. Legs, abdomen, and chest. 2 full clips were emptied into the wall and table on the floor.
Case is mine, Charlie.
Did you get a good look at the gunman?
No, they had me pinned down behind the table. No one really got a good look at him. But the woman next to the gunman looked a lot like Rose Fane.
Well, write it up in a report and then go home.
I'm on the case, Charlie.
You got the right. I'm sorry about Theo.
Thank you.
Sure were lucky.
Over 60 rounds were fired. I'm more than lucky.
Missed intentionally?
You're out on your feet, Hunter. Need a ride?
You need a ride? Hunter, do you need a ride?
No, I'm okay, thanks.
Okay. I'm gonna go check out that Major Voss, see where he heads after he goes to work.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I gotta break the news, Alan.
Rick?
Yeah, open up.
It's awful early.
Yeah, I know your mother let me in.
I had earplugs in, otherwise I would have answered.
Alan, Theo's dead.
Boy, I must be keeping some damn pharmaceutical company in business. This prescription hasn't run out since 1969.
Theo's brother lives in Ohio, Alan. He wants the body shipped back there. I can get the name of the funeral home if you want to send anything along. Randall ever talk about Steve's finances?
Oh, yeah. He kept this big file of Newspaper articles and financial statements, and disclosure reports. Randall hated Stagg. But you knew that, right? You can't blame the guy, can you? I mean, there was Randall with this oxyacetylene rig going to welding jobs, and there was Stagg calling the governor's wine steward by his nickname.
Randall thought that Stagg took the emeralds from the prince during the napalm raid, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did he think that Theo was involved in it?
No. Not Theo. Stagg was the rich one. You know, all I do is stay in this room. I can't afford to lose many more friends.
I thought you'd want to take a look at this before you tie a string onto Voss. Now, this one here on the bottom is the copy we got from the Marine Corps. It's the real McCoy. One on the top's the one we found in Theodis White's apartment taped underneath the drawer. It's a phony.
Well, it's really hard to tell. They're both Xerox.
And heavily censored.
Well, so let's compare it line by line. Investigations into Private Fane's actions have concluded that he showed cowardice in the face of the enemy. Because of his delay sustaining heavy casualties, 1st Recon Battalion was withdrawn.
But that's on the phony report.
Yeah, but there's a correctional tape put over there, and it's typed over. Well, so then this was in the original report until the forger deleted it.
Corporal Stagg's inexplicable behavior suggests serious misjudgment, possible dereliction of duty. Reports of missing gems should not be discounted. Well, now we know what's faked, but who faked it?
Keep the safety on that. You heard about Theo, didn't you, Steve? He's dead?
Yeah. I read about it in the paper. My God, Rick. Shot to death. How do you walk into that?
Oh, that's good.
Now, wait a minute. You've already twisted me into this, haven't you? Well, just forget it. I was here all night long. You can ask my staff.
You pay your staff.
Listen, my lawyer thinks we've got grounds for an harassment suit right now. And he's advised me not to talk to you.
Did you know Theo made a copy of the fake man-mad report?
No, I don't know about any of this. I said I didn't.
You also said you didn't hit me over the head, too.
All right. I went over to Randall's just to pay my respects to Rose. She was gone. I looked around outside. I didn't go inside.
Why don't you tell me about the emeralds and how you killed Theo because he was going to rat you out to me?
You're crazy. My God, honey, you are crazy.
Killing started 20 years ago, Stephen. It hasn't stopped. I'm going to stop it.
William 156.
56, go.
5 King 42 is a lead on your suspect, Richard Wing. They're standing by at 5941 Soda Street.
Roger, 56 en route. Where's Rose?
I don't know.
That's a bad answer, Wing.
I can't find her.
You're her source, aren't you?
I don't deal. She didn't score for me.
Stephen Stagg hired you.
Who's Stagg? I don't know anybody named Stagg. I'm trying to find Rose.
Well, that's good. You do remember our little chat down at the park, don't you? I told you if anything ever happened to Rose, I'd break your neck. Don't forget that. and next time I see you, you better have Rose with you.
If she's strung out on black gum opium, she'll have a tough time kicking it. She's gonna get sick.
Yeah, well, I don't know how strung out she is until I find her. When I do, I'm gonna clean her up myself.
Cold turkey? It's no fun, Rick.
I know it's not supposed to be fun, but she's the key to this thing, Sandy. I gotta help you. Please, help me find her.
Okay, I'll squeeze the streets.
Thanks.
Hey, big guy.
Hi.
I hear you found Richard Wing. Did you bring him in?
No, didn't have anything to hold him on, but I put the Asian task force on him.
What about Rose?
Well, now there's a mystery. I do know one thing. She's not in the morgue.
Found something.
Yeah?
Yeah, come over and take a look at this. This is a picture of the intelligence officer I talked to a couple days ago. He says he's assigned to Madman. Major Alva Voss, USMC.
What do you have to say?
Not too much. Apparently, though, he's got 10 men guarding Stagg's house full time. I tailed him. He wound up going down to the jewelry mart. Apparently, they know him pretty well down there. He is a private investor looking for emeralds. Anything big that might hit the market.
Great. Keep on it.
Yeah, I will. I also went through these books and papers you took from Randall's.
Oh.
Well, apparently, he liked page 245. He underlined a verse. Sylvia Plath poem.
Yeah, I saw this book when I was at Randall's. Dying is an art, like everything else. I do it exceptionally well. Lady Lazarus. The piece was marked with this how-to pamphlet.
20 ways to take your life in as many easy lessons? Wow. Talk about lighthearted fare.
Yeah.
Catch up with you later, right?
Yeah, thanks. Randall had a lot of books on suicide, Alan. Did he ever talk about it?
No. You know, you sound like that insurance guy that was here last week, checking out a suicide clause.
Well, Randall never had insurance, Alan. Could this have been the guy that was here?
Damn it, I put too much water in.
Could this have been the guy you talked to?
Yeah, it's, Mr. Vaughn. No, wait, it's, Voss.
One William 156. This is 1 William 157. 1 William 156. This is 1 William 157. Come in, please.
1 William 56, go.
My suspect's gone back to square one. The federal office is on Wilshire. You want to call it a day?
No. I will meet you there in about 20 minutes.
Roger.
Hi.
Major Voss, Sergeant Hunter. L.A. homicide. I understand we're involved in the same case. I think it's time we talk about that.
What are you looking for, Hunter? Stag, emeralds, or both?
Both. I think Stephen Stagg killed a Cambodian prince to get $6 million in emeralds. Calling in an airstrike to cover his actions. Killing half of our unit doing it.
Look top right. Recognize it?
The old man wants a son. Suppose it's a secret.
You'll have to ask the captain.
I did. I conducted the original investigation into what happened to your unit. Danello confirmed his last dispatch. Detained 24 hours. Will advise. Nightshade. You were the radio man. You sent it.
That's right, but it was in code.
Right. An hour later, here come Air Force F-4 Phantoms with napalm. A raid on the Ho Chi Minh Trail, 300 miles off target. But you reported you heard the pilots.
Madman, dead on target.
Dead on target. A mistake.
No mistake. NSG agents like Stagg could call in a sortie to cover a mission or save their ass.
He called a bombing raid on his own unit?
Later, I debriefed Stagg. He said the prince wanted to massacre your unit. He said he called in the sortie so some of you might get away.
That was a lie.
Yeah.
Well, he claimed he had orders not to break his cover. Nightshade existed to get Stagg in and out of places, Hunter. It was his unit. This time he was twisting the arm of a mountain prince to use his fortune against the Khmer Rouge.
Emeralds.
Right. But if Stagg's got him, somehow he's turned them into cash without being personally involved. Something I've never been able to prove, otherwise I'd have a lock on him.
Where do you think Theo White fits into all this?
Well, White might have been a leg man for Stagg. Maybe he was about to inform on him.
Yeah, and Stagg killed him. And how do you think Steve timed the bombing so precisely?
Stagg added a last code group of his own to Dinello's message.
51258.
Stagg's code name, Madman.
And that's why the Air Force used the same name.
As soon as you sent it, they loaded the napalm aboard and flew north. You pulled the switch on your own guys.
You okay? Hunter?
I still have tigers in Cambodia. I used to see them running from our flares at night. Made our sentries jumpy. When Randall shot one of the prince's men, the prince wanted to know who did it. We'd never give Randall over. The trick was to avoid a fight. It cost us a day. When the bombing started, we tried to call it off.
Stop! Stop! Abort!
I pulled Captain Dinello from under a tree. We were on foot for a week. The rest of the men had to make it back on their own. Randall, Alan, Theo, Steve.
You think Boss was telling the truth?
Sounds about right.
You know what I think?
What?
I think he's after the emeralds. You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Want to go grab a bite or something?
No, you go ahead. I'll see you tomorrow.
One-way 156, contact 9Y50 on frequency 25.
Roger, 56. Sandy, Hunter, go.
Possible on Rose. The snitch thinks he saw her yesterday in a dive off of Bloom Street.
What kind of dive?
If she's still there, she's had a lot of smoke.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Why didn't you show me this in the first place?
I didn't think of it.
You didn't think of it. How many ways in and out of there?
2, the alley and the front door on Bloom Street. What do you want from me?
I want you to go around the front, tell everybody there's a police raid coming down in about 15 minutes. Send them down the fire escapes. Richard, don't screw it up. I don't need any help. I'm just looking for a lady, thanks.
你唔想來，我來幫助你。你唔想來話，要我來幫助你。
Uncle, I'll take her now. Thank you.
幫助你。
Rose? Rose? Rose, it's Rick. Come with me.
Go away.
Tôi mong你話小點照顧佢啊。
You're completely screwed up, Rose. You'll start withdrawals in a couple of hours. I'm going to commit you to Department 95.
No. I'm not hooked.
I'm sorry, Rose. Do the 90 days in the rehab center and clean up and put some meat back on your bones.
No, you can't do that to me.
Sandy, she hasn't been booked yet, so I'll take her.
She's under the influence. Pupils are 0.2. I told you commitment's the best thing.
No, I understand. I know we talked about that, but I'm going to do this anyway, okay? Thank you. I made a big mistake allowing you to go with Wing, Rose. Why didn't you stay with him?
I wanted to forget.
Well, a friend of mine is going to let us use his cabin up in Lake Arrowhead. We're going to go up there and you're going to kick this cold turkey, okay? I'll help you. Could be better than detox.
I'll go with you.
Thanks, Sandy.
You're in for a real thrill.
Come on. Rose, come on. Come on, get back. Take it easy. Come on, honey. Hold on to that now. Press hard. Bathroom's the other way, Rose.
I feel better, Rick, really.
I know.
I think the worst is over. I just wanted to take a walk. Oh, you no. Oh, you Rick, let me. Oh, no. Oh, you. Oh, you no. Let me go.
on it. Pasta's ready. Pasta's ready. Let's go. Let's go. Soup's on. Rose, let's go. All right. Soup's on. Come on. Get a move on it, Rose. You ready to eat?
I've got a better idea.
Yeah, okay. You can eat that way if you'd like. But you're still gonna have to do the dishes.
When you final king! When you final king! When you final king! I wanna go home!
How you doing? In here.
Hi. How's it going?
Okay, you hungry? Got some pasta for you if you want some.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, no, I already ate with Charlie. Thanks anyway. So how you doing?
Well, let's see. We've been through the sweats, the cramps, the shakes, the nightmares, the daymares, the high highs.
The low lows, typical.
Yeah. She tried to jump me, beat me, bore me, disgust me, and seduce me.
So you're about done.
She's been upstairs asleep for the last hour.
Oh, I brought you the things you wanted for her.
Great, thank you.
Listen, have you ever heard of a guy whose name is Romeo Vargas?
Vargas? No, why?
Well, he says he knows you. He wants to talk to you about Theo White. I have his address. I'll spell you if you want to go talk with him.
Yeah, maybe I'll get out of here. Yeah, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the refrigerator.
No! Get! I said no! Later! Get out of here!
Hiya, honey. I wondered if you'd come. Romeo Vargas.
Yeah, it's a stage name.
Oh, we know one another?
Sorta. You're a friend of Theo White, so he comes in here to eat maybe once or twice a month since I had this gig, about 2 years. Jesus. They give you roses, you think they'd take out the damn thorns.
Oh, so what's the connection?
Well, Theo and I give each other gigs. I mean, you know, I got him that blues thing. I'm the doorman at that club. You showed me your badge.
Oh, yeah.
I saw what went down.
What do you mean, you saw the killer?
No, I can't help you there. Look, people out in the audience, they see me up on the stage, but I'm not real. I'm an entertainer. I blame it on TV. You know, they don't think I see them, but I get an eye full of all kinds of stuff.
Oh, like what?
Like Theo. He eats here twice a month, every first and third Friday. Around dessert, every time, in walks the same guy, Seville Row suit, cane, limp. He hands Theo an envelope, and the guy is gone. Not even a cup of coffee.
Well, did you talk to him about it?
I see no evil, man. I mean, I drifted by the table once, and I heard Theo mention something about a drive up the coast. San Luis Obispo?
Vargas, you want dinner or what?
Yes! I was giving Theo money. So what? It wasn't a lot of money. He knew about Madman since we were in the Corps. And I told him that I wasn't proud of it.
He was blackmailing you, so you killed him.
Why would I kill him for that? The information on Madman was public.
But the public wasn't filing for it. Randall was.
Why would I kill my friends? God knows how many enemies Theo made in his business, that whole nightclub scene. And anybody could have taken those papers. Anybody.
You know a Major Voss?
Who?
Major Alva Voss.
I never heard of him.
Well, he knows you, Steve. And he wants to have a nice little chat with me about you. You know what I think? I think you murdered Theo and Randall. And I think you set Rose up with Wing to keep her doped up.
I did not kill my friends. And I don't know who the hell Wing is.
I'll bet you Major Voss gives me something to connect you with that. I'll bet you're asking yourself, how the hell did he get that?
You get out of here. No, get out.
William 156, Air 9?
Air 9, go.
56. I'm leaving suspect's house now. He's all yours.
Good morning.
Well, the new old Rose. I like it. Sleep well.
Perfectly, happily. The first time in a long time. I want to thank you, Rick.
You're welcome. I would like to, at some point in time, talk to you about Randall. Want some coffee?
Can we go outside? I won't run, I promise.
Certainly. Hunter.
Stagg left this place 5 minutes ago with a suitcase. He's driving alone north on 101.
Good, he took the bait. He's headed for San Luis Obispo. I'm about 20 miles closer. I'll catch up.
If I thought staying could have helped, I would have. But I couldn't. I mean, the maps, the files, the dreams. So much pain just for some green stones.
You know, so much has happened since your wedding, I can't even believe it. It's just, I don't know where the time has gone. When I heard about Randall, I was horrified. Not only was there the pain of losing a close friend, I went through, very confused, Rose. Rose, I don't think Randall committed suicide. I think somebody murdered him.
Oh, no. You're wrong, Rick.
Why do you say that?
He called that night. I'd been in and out of the house for about 2 weeks. When he called, he was sad, really down. He said he'd had a long, depressing talk with Alan. I knew something was going to happen. So I hurried over. When I got there, it was too late. He'd already gone. I felt dead myself.
When you got there, Randall was in the bathtub, is that right? And Rose, was there any blood on the floor?
No. Only in the tub.
You see, that's what I mean. When I got there to check out the scene, there was blood on the floor, under the rug, and in the toilet.
No, not when I was there with him. It was almost peaceful, really. In fact, I was still sitting by the tub reading Randall's note over and over when he came in. I think I surprised him.
What do you mean he came in? Who came in? 1 William 156, Air 9. Did you notify Ventura?
Roger, 56. And be advised, the suspect is still proceeding north. You want to notify the San Luis Obispo sheriffs.
Well advised.
So many visitors in 1 month. You know his condition.
Yes, I used to visit him regularly back east.
Corporal Stagg to see you, sir.
Stagg, everybody wants to know about you. What
hell is all this in the news about White?
Tragedy, sir.
Where are you?
Over here, sir. I won't be staying long. You just relax.
Over where White always stands.
1 William 156, San Luis Sheriff.
1 William 156, go.
Meet me at the VA hospital for backup and assistance.
We're rolling now.
I saw him take these, you bastard, right from the prince's hand.
You killed Randall.
You would never have led me to these if I hadn't made Hunter go after you.
Is there anybody in scene, Captain Danello?
Good morning, Sergeant Hunter. Yes, Corporal Stagg is in there with him. I can't remember when we got so much attention.
Where those stairs lead?
Up to the roof.
Alan! Alan, wait a minute!
Oh, that was fast. I figured I was a couple of steps ahead of you.
Look, will you talk to me? Tell me why you helped your best friend kill himself.
Because he wanted to die. He'd been on the short end of this deal for 20 years. I just figured a way to turn it on Stagg. I made those prints with the cane. And Maniac had had his napalm for these.
But why Theo?
Because he was about to tell you everything, and I couldn't let that happen. He was a casualty of war, man.
Why not Rose? Why not kill her when you had the chance?
Rose was just a poor kid trying to forget. She was no threat, particularly after I introduced her to Wing.
That's why she was with you the night you killed Theo at the club.
You got it, boy. To get her fix.
The dying and the killing have got to stop, Alan.
Yeah. And the suffering, too. The suffering, too. Don't you think Danello would like to be put out of his misery? Everybody's on his own revolving bed. Theo, Stagg, Randall, me, even you, Hunter.
It was you that went up to see Captain Danello, not Randall, right?
Man, he hadn't heard our voices in 20 years. What does he know? I set the radio in Randall's truck so that you'd find it.
And the papers?
That was easy. I was watching the mail. He'd never have guessed that I'd rewritten that report.
Listen to me. You're not thinking coherently. You're out of control.
Wrong! For the first time in 20 years, man, I am in complete control.
No!
Goodbye, Randall. I'll miss you. Thank you. Thank you most for loving Randall.
You'll be in touch, right?
I promise. I need to go home now.
Give me a minute.